babes, what's up? Welcome to the very first video of 2019. I cannot believe the new year is here. I know every guru, every person that's watching on YouTube is like, oh my god, how's it 2019? The year went by so fast. I feel the same way and I'm just not gonna regurgitate that. But today I will share with you the 5 things I will never take out of my closet and how you should shop for 2019. I've been watching the Marie Kondo Netflix series. I don't know if you guys have seen it. If you haven't, you really should. I think it's called the Calming Act or something, or the Magical Act of Tidying Up. And one of the things that Marie talks about in the show is that you should only keep things that spark joy, which like every time you touch them, they just like fill you with joy. And that kind of got me thinking from a fashion standpoint of why we buy the things we buy and what do they mean to us and what should we keep. I don't know if you're like me. Obviously I do a lot of hauls. I have an overinflated closet, most of which over the Christmas holiday I've actually gotten rid of about 16 bags of clothes between people coming over and taking stuff and just plain donations. And I'm really only keeping things that make me feel happy and have a memory attached to them. And I want to encourage you guys that when you are shopping, don't just buy stuff because it fits you. I know it's really, also ignore my overly tanned hand. I don't know what happened with the Saint-Tropez. Weird, like, look at this, like a whole, I have like a wooden hand. I'm like Pinocchio, just like, there are no strings on me. It's terrible. We'll ignore this hand today, okay? Okay. So one of the things I think that, you know, we get really frustrated when we're shopping and we think, okay, well, it fits me, fine, add to cart, just go, you know, and just buy it and buy 5 of them because hey, at least it fits. And I really want to encourage you guys to shop with more intention. Shop for things that will bring you joy when you wear them. The main part about fashion, you guys, is that it makes us feel good and it tells the world who we are. We use it as a form of self-expression. Fashion is about art, it's about communication. We see people first and we judge very quickly. That's the nature of humans, whether we like it or not. That's how humans are built. We see, we judge, we move on. And your clothes are your way of communicating who you are to the world. So wear things that make you feel really good about yourself. Wear things that make you excited to get dressed in the morning. And obviously there are days where you're not gonna want to, or you're gonna feel like, oh, it's a leggings and a t-shirt day for me. Lord knows that's what I'm wearing today. I just wanted to put my t-shirt on, do a full beat, because why not? And then sit around and just talk to you guys and just kind of really communicate this whole fashion is there as a means to communicate self-expression. It is there as a means to spark self-esteem in my personal point of view. And it's really there to help spark self-confidence. Honestly, more than anything else, your clothes should show you who you want to be and be that person, help you get to that person. This is the most cliche thing in the world, but the whole saying of dress for the job you want, not the job you have, or dress for the life that you want, not the life that you have, that is so ridiculously true. And I really want you guys to really think about that as you're shopping throughout the next 12 months. I want you to think about, does the crystal, I'll use myself as an example, does the crystal of today want this, or is does the crystal that I want to become, is she someone that wears these items? And if yes, then okay, let's consider it, and if no, then let's put it back and move on. What you see in the mirror gets reinforced in your brain every single time. If you walk by the mirror, I have a mirror over there, so I'm pointing over there because my mirror's over there. If you walk by the mirror and every time you look in that mirror and you think, that's disgusting, I look disgusting, oh my god, I look like such a slob, you're going to create that tape in your head. You're going to create and reinforce that message in your head. But when you start taking the time to plan out what you're gonna wear, shop with intention, shop with the life that you want in the back of your mind, it will help you get there. It's kind of like the law of attraction. The more you see something, the more you start to believe it. So dressing that way, dressing from intention, not buying anything, and certainly not just giving up because it fits so whatever, will help you get to the next level of life that you want to reach. So without getting too preachy, I just wanted to talk about that because I think we're obviously a consumerist society, we're obviously a materialistic society, we're an aesthetic driven society. I personally love that actually, and I personally love that we are shopping and wearing things that help communicate who we are to the world, especially as plus size women where choice of aesthetic and self-expression wasn't really readily available to us. It's becoming more available to us, so that'll really help help you kind of get to where you need to go, at the very least get the ball rolling. So with that, I want to share 5 items that I have in my closet that spark joy every time I touch them. I don't wear them too much anymore, but I wanted to share them with you anyway because I wanted to kind of just share a little bit of what makes me happy in my closet, what they mean to me. And I would love to know down in the comments down below what matters to you, what's in your closet that means something to you, that every time you pick it up, do you feel strong? Do you feel empowered? Do you feel sexy? Do you feel strong? Does it hold a memory to you? Maybe it's the dress you wore on the first date you went with your partner. Maybe it's what you took your babies home, what you were wearing when you took your babies home. So even that could be like an old hoodie, but that may mean something to you. So I really want to know what means something to you. So tell me down in the comments down below and let me get into my top 5. So the first thing I have to show to you is actually a dress I wore about, gosh, almost 5 years ago now. And it's a dress from City Chic, and it's a white little kind of knee-length strapless dress with some beautiful detailing here on the front. And the reason this means something to me is husband and I got married, we were very young and very, very poor. So having a real wedding dress was not in the cards for me, like at all. And it took a really, really long time for us to like not be in a dire financial situation. And so when I first started blogging, I really wanted to try and like almost recreate our wedding pictures in a sense. And even then when I first started blogging, I didn't have a lot of money. So I remember saving up for this dress from City Chic. I think it was probably 80 or 90 bucks or something. And we went up to Sedona where we got married, and we used a self-timer on a tripod and retook the pictures that we had when we got married. And obviously they were not exactly what I wanted them to be, but they were perfect because we had such a good time running out into the desert, setting up the tripod, hitting, you know, the timer, and then posing and trying to make it work. And this is the dress that I wore that day. And by far and away, this dress, even this $80 City Chic dress, is still a million times more beautiful than what I wore for my actual wedding. But this dress will always be special to me because we recreated our pictures in it, and we actually wrote a really awesome blog post on my blog, which I'll link down below, about what it meant to be married for, I think it was, we were married for 14 years at the time. Actually, this month we'll be married for 18 years. So yay, we're legal. But this is the dress that just means a lot to me, and there's no way I will ever clean it out of my closet. City Chic, by the way, one of the very first plus size brands that I really got into, that really helped me see myself differently and really helped me change the way I viewed myself. They always had such beautiful cuts and beautiful flowy pieces, and I just love them to death. And to this day, I am a huge City Chic customer. They are just a brand that, like, you know, you have those brands, like a lot of people, it's Torrid. We have those brands that like, they were the first ones to dress you as a plus size woman in a way that you kind of finally saw who you were. And that's what City Chic was to me. So I love City Chic. So I have 2 City Chics in this little top 5. But the next item was one of my very first designer clothing purchases. So this jacket has to be about, gosh, almost 10 years old now, I think, maybe 8 years old. When we were younger, we used to go, well, husband used to follow me into all these designer stores that I couldn't afford and certainly could never fit into any of the clothes. And Burberry was always my go-to like brand. I loved Burberry. I still have the very first Burberry bag, which I'll show you guys later in the haul, that husband bought for me. It's my very first designer bag ever. And I would just walk in Burberry and just walk around and just touch everything and feel everything. They were a brand that just always kind of meant something to me. And I was talking to the sales associate, and I was kind of like, you know, a little bit complaining, like, oh, it's, you know, I don't fit in anything here, it kind of really sucks. And anyway, even if I did fit into it, it's way too expensive anyway. And his name was Alistair, and I'll never forget his name because he just changed everything. He looked at me and he smiled and he told me to wait where I was, and he went in the back, he like disappeared in the stockroom, and he came out with this jacket. And it is a purple cocoon, oversized Burberry jacket. I don't know if you guys can tell the color. It's kind of like a really deep, rich plum. It's a wool and cashmere blend. And he had it and he said, this will fit you. And at the time I was about a size 20, which I am now. And it was a size 16. And I looked at it and I was like, there's no way that this is gonna fit me. And he said, try it on. And so I tried it on and it fit like a glove. Like, it was just nice and big and oversized, but the shoulders hit me in the right place. As you guys can kind of see, like the shoulders hit me in the right place. And because of the oversized cocoon nature of it, it actually fit so well. And then he said, I've had this in the back, no one has bought it, it's $98. And I remember looking at husband and going, get the credit card right now. And so I have had this jacket ever since. I love it to this day. I wear it every season. It is just absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna pop in a picture so you guys can see me wearing it. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous jacket, black buttons. The plum is so classic and gorgeous. It's nice and it's long. I will never get rid of this jacket. First of all, because it's Burberry and that better last a long time. But also just because of what it meant to me. It was the first time that like a brand fit me that was straight size and designer. And second of all, the deal that I got on it, I will never ever get rid of this. I can't stop looking at my hand. I will never ever get rid of this jacket. So yeah, one that I have to keep for the rest of my life. The next item I have to show you guys is more of a recent purchase, but it's a purchase that I really wanted for a really, really, really long time. And I finally pulled the trigger. It is stunning, it is beautiful, it cost me a fortune. So this bag is kind of a testament to how hard I've worked and how much I've hustled and how much we've grown the businesses and everything. This is a bag I would have never been able to afford, and here we are, very, very excited about it. And it is this Valentino, I don't know, it's a Rockstead bag, but it's like suede. There you go. Look at the shine on this thing. It has a bunch of Rocksteads on it. It has a beautiful long chain and then has this little slap here so you can go slap, slip, strap. There we go, Crystal, English, sorry. A little strap right here so you can kind of carry it like this. This bag is just everything to me. This is my aesthetic, like in a nutshell. The kind of like really girly, feminine, soft suede mixed in with the beautiful gold tone Rocksteads. It's just a showstopper of a bag, and I've always loved Valentino, and I've had shoes before, but I've never really had a bag of this caliber from them before, and every time I pick it up, I just go, oh my God, and I wanna like squish the ever-loving hell out of it. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful bag. So I am just really proud of myself for working really, really hard and treating myself to this, and I will never, ever, ever get rid of it. So the next item doesn't necessarily have an emotion or a memory attached to it, but it is something I got last year, and every time I put it on, I feel like $1,000,000. I just don't know what it is about this dress. The way it fits, the way it sits, the way it's, oh my God, I just love it. You guys probably have seen this before if you saw my City Chic haul. I did a couple of them last year. I'll put this one up in the cards. I think it's on that side. It's a white off the shoulder kind of halter, like ruffly bit. Not maxi, but it's like a high-low tulip with a belt tie. This dress is just ridiculous. I could see myself wearing this now. I can see myself wearing it in my 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. Like, it is just such a stunning dress. I wore it to, I did a panel in Tucson in 2018 where we talked about like body positivity and feminism as it relates to new media. Such a great panel, and I wore this and I just felt like $1,000,000, and I absolutely love this. I will link it down below if City Chic still sell it, because it is, fairly recent, and they tend to keep stuff for a while unless it like sells out completely. I just love this dress so much. It is so pretty. It has these little weights at the bottom of the waist tie. This dress will stay in my closet forever for the sheer fact that when I put it on, I feel like an angel. I feel like $1,000,000. And when I'm as tan as I am in this dress, I put a little like highlighter on my shoulders and on my clavicle, and it's just like I just love this dress so much. Every time I even see it in my closet, I get excited and I love looking at it. So forever and ever and ever a keeper. Now number 5, my last item, is the most sentimental one, and I kind of spoiled it earlier by saying it is a Burberry bag that I got. It was the very first designer item I ever owned in my entire life. We were up in Vegas and we were at the outlet. Again, we're talking like 2005, maybe 2006. And Burberry, as I mentioned earlier, I just was obsessed with. I have a thing for, British culture and British fashion, especially in British designers. And this was a time where going to Walmart, you guys have to understand that going to Walmart for me, if I had $50 to shop at Walmart, it was like a shopping spree best day of my life. So there was no way I was ever gonna own one of these. At least that was my thought process at the time. And so when we went to Vegas and we went kind of walking around, it was more like just me looking around and looking around and looking around. And I had fallen in love, and this will date me as soon as you see the style of the bag. I had fallen in love with this bag I keep it stuffed, with this shoulder strap, and when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, if that's not 2002 calling, I don't know what is. But I fell in love with this bag. Like, I just I just remember looking and I picked it up and I was like, oh my God, it's the Nova check. It's porcelain. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I just remember like looking at it, holding it, walking around the store with it as you do when you have no money and you like just fall in love with something. You just kind of like hold it and then you walk around the store. Actually, I would put it on like this because it was the early 2000s, and I would walk around the store and do my thing and just hold on to it and just never ever want to let it go. And while I wasn't looking, husband took it up to the register, put it on his credit card. I remember very distinctly it was $298 on sale at the outlet. And then handed it to me, and I remember sitting in the parking lot and just crying because I couldn't believe that I finally owned a Burberry bag. And so to this day I still have it. I don't wear it that often, the seams are kind of going on it, but as a clutch it actually kind of works. It's not like that little shoulder bit, although if I ever wanted to do like a 2002 revival outfit, this bag would be the star of the show. But yeah, I have to keep this. It means so much to me. Fashion was always something that I loved and never thought I could be a part of. And husband buying me this was really kind of me feeling for the first time that I could be a part of this world that I just loved looking at from the outside. So this bag, this is hands down one of my most prized possessions and something that I will keep for the rest of my life. Okay guys, so that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this very first video of 2019, and I'd like to do more content like this, so kind of let me know by giving me a thumbs up if you liked it, so that I know that I can keep on keeping on. As mentioned in my last video, my goal for 2019 is working up to 5 videos a week, so any requests, any thoughts, any ideas that you have, put them down in the description down below and I will definitely add them to the list. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and making me a part of your day. You know that means the absolute world to me. I'm so glad to have you here, and I have a lot of big plans for 2019. I cannot wait to take you guys along with me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!